What's going on, guys? I hope you had a good green trading day today. So today I'm going to focus on answering a question I get over and over again, and I think it's going to really be beneficial, especially to um, traders that are just getting into the game, recently new on the scene. And so this is a really popular question, I think, with a lot of people. And the question is, how much time do you spend trading versus analyzing markets? And so a good way for me to answer this is if you think about, let's say, using a successful boxer or a baseball player, right? So let's use Money Mayweather as an example, Floyd Mayweather. And I believe a couple years ago he had a boxing match with Manny Pacquiao where he made around like roughly $300 million. I think that was the fight. And so many people came to him after the fight and after he won and he got $300 million dollars, and he was being told, okay, you were making X, Y, and Z per second, right? You were making like, I don't remember, it was like 30,000 or yeah, I think it was like 30,000 per second or something like that. And so someone was telling him that, and they're like, oh, you're getting paid yada 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 amount of money for the 30 minutes you just fought in the fight. And so he's like, wait a second, what about, who was paying for all of my training when I was like, 15 years old, when I was running on the streets, when I was doing all this, and when I was running barefoot, or not barefoot, but when I was running on the concrete, when I was doing all these different trainings, and I didn't have any money. And so he's like, that's what I was getting paid for. That $300 million was 20 years worth of work. And I think that was either, yeah, and maybe it was Muhammad Ali. I don't know. Maybe that was a story with Muhammad Ali. It was like $30 million. But anyways, you get the whole story and get the point with that, where I'm going with that. And so when I'm looking at trading and analysis, I'm just clicking a button when it comes to just pulling off that trade. And as far as analysis, 90% of my time is in the analysis. And when it comes to analysis, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at key points, key level points, volume, charts, technical indicators, and that's only a small part of it. And most people do the exact opposite, right? They are getting in and out of trades. So, most people focus on probably 90% of their time on actually trading and getting in and out of positions, and 10% on actually what's really important. And you could also look at, let's say, baseball players and hitters, right? And so these hitters, let me close that quick ad. But yeah, these hitters, if you look at it, in a single game, they could have 4 or 5 at bats at the most. And so some guy could hit a home run, another guy could have a nice triple double or whatever. And so people will be like, oh, you're making all this money per game. Well, the way you got to look at it is all the different training practices they had growing up as a little kid and all the time they put in on just really mastering their craft. And so that's the way you got to, really be looking at trading, and the way I've looked at it, and that little mental hack. And so hopefully, if you found some value in this, subscribe below, and obviously for more content. And if you have no idea where to start, have no trading strategies, I have a link below to my course, where I teach many aspects of technical analysis and all my different trading strategies. So, the difference between my course and, of course, YouTube videos is that, you got to look at it this way. If you went into a dealership and you're looking for a car, you want to buy a car that has everything kind of structured together, everything put together. And so when I'm buying a car, I kind of want everything together, and I don't want to be looking for all the pieces and then putting it together. And so I highly recommend it. And if you find it valuable, go for it. If you don't find it valuable, keep looking at my YouTube videos, and hopefully that gets you closer and closer to achieving your goals and your cash flow, or whatever target you have. And so once again, subscribe below, and hopefully this left you with a lot of trading value and a lot of great insight.